I'm Dawn Dancing Otter. One of the reasons that I have come to incorporate the Wheel of Life in all of the healing work that I do and use it as an archetypal structure within all of the teachings that I offer is because the Wheel of Life creates permissive space for all human experiences to live without making one of those things wrong. It's just a question of applying it in its appropriate place of growth for us and its appropriate moment. And that in a lot of other methodologies of spirituality that I've witnessed in my life, what I've noticed is that there is this kind of like hierarchical movement where things sort of progress upwards. And my issue around that is then there's always somebody kind of looking down on people who are struggling to move up. And in the wheel, everyone is moving around in a spiral kind of formation in life. So even if you're looking at other people who are at other places in their journey, you're not looking down at them or upon them, but rather looking at them where they are and appreciating where they are in their journey. And the other piece of that is that when I'm working with people, I can appreciate that how they have come to be and how they have come to respond to life is a lot of experience and rationale based on those experiences. And oftentimes that rationale has been created at a very young age, from a very young mind, from a very young way of rationalizing life. And a lot of that response, or responsiveness, or reactivity, we call that like trauma response. So rather than making that wrong, what I can appreciate about that is that there's a brilliance to it. There's a brilliance to it. The problem-solving skills of that human can really be seen in the way they struggle in their trauma responses. And oftentimes people forget that trauma was the initiating force of that, and they've incorporated it into their personality, and then that becomes part of the way they relate to other people in their lives. And so then that becomes part of their relationships and their, and the choices they make around how to apply their time on this earth. And without making that wrong, we can resource that differently from the point of view of the wheel. And we look at maybe where along the wheel's turning, did you not get enough from that direction? Did you not get enough from that point of experience in order to have more raw materials in your decision-making process, in the way you design your life? So I have a lot of love and appreciation for the brilliance that human beings demonstrate. And I'm aware that that brilliance is often experienced in a harmful way, that people experience pain and hardship and struggle, and oftentimes trauma creates more trauma and sort of distributes that, because as we live, we concentrate all of that stress, and then we can often express it as a lashing out or a harm towards the people we even love the most. And in the healing work that I do, resourcing that Wheel of Life movement in order to help people to have more of a conscious design process in how they want to live, rather than to be reactive, or rather than to be in a default mode about how they behave. To me, that is helping people invest in their lives with more passion, more power, more honor, more self-respect, more space for realness and authenticity. I'm Dawn Dancing Otter. Thanks for hearing me.